How you doing, ladies and gents? Monday morning, hope everyone's all good. Yes, so here we are on the Laneland project, last day today. We're going to be doing a traditional cement point. So what's that mean? That means we are going to knock up 3 bags of building, 1 bag of cement. We're going to knock that up almost like a brickies gauge, right? Then we put it through a mortar gun and we shoot that directly into the joints. We let the mortar dry, we strike it off once it's dry, and then I normally go over with a blower, blow all the snots off so you're not staining the patio, give it another strike, and then a soft brush. But we're going to go through this as we do it, and I'm going to show you step by step the way we do it. Alright, we're back again. So yeah, before obviously you shoot your mortar into the joint, you want to go over your patio with a grinder, just check all your joints, make sure the cement is lower than the slab. So that being the slab being 20mm, you want to make sure all your joints are 20mm depth. Sometimes when you lay a patio, when you bang it down, you might leave them a little bit higher. So we go around and we just check, we just check to see all the joints are a decent depth, so you're getting a nice bit of mortar in every single joint. So yeah, when we're done grinding out the joints, just checking to make sure all the mortar's cushy and everything looks nice. So instead of using a broom, I like to just go over it with a blower and just make sure she's very clean, ready for the cement point. Obviously, when you're doing a wet cement point, you want to make sure you've got a dry day, because any water can cause you problems. So make sure your patio's dry, don't put no water on it, either sweep it or blow it off. Here we go. So once you've swept or blown off your patio, so she's nice and clean, and obviously you want to make sure she's dry. Once you've done all that, you're now ready to add your grout to the mortar joints. So we're going to spin it now. This is the kit I use, a Faithful pointing and grouting gun kit. I've used these many a times. You can pick these up at most suppliers. And yeah, they normally work a treat. So I'm now going to show you how you add the mortar to the gun. I'm going to get yourself a decent trowel. I like to use a bucket trowel for this. And you just slide your gear into the mortar gun. Try and fill her to the top so you're not constantly filling her. Your money's worth out of it, I like to say. Once you've done that, you then grab your gun part and drop that in there, and you're now ready to start adding the mortar to your joints. So add the mortar to your joints, just squeeze the handle and fire in. I like to leave her a little bit high, just slightly, and we just follow the joint like so, and then we'll go down this one. Don't squeeze it too hard, because it does like to fire out quite quick. If you have any excess on the patio, just leave that to dry, and we'll strike that off later. There we go, in she goes, nice and easy, and you just follow this, rinse and repeat, keep filling your gun until you've got it all filled. And yeah, so once you've filled your patio up, you want to make sure she's nice and dry, and then you want to get yourself a decent pointing iron and strike her off, but I'll show you that in a bit. So yeah, when you get to this point, spin the camera, so you've filled up all your gaps with mortar, following the step-by-step guide I showed you earlier. Once you get to this point, you want to get yourself a nice couple pointing irons. I'm using these, got all different sizes, so it gets you out of trouble if your joints are sort of big or small. Work perfect with sandstone. And all you do now is you just strike it off. Don't push too deep. Just like so. I'll go over here and do a bit over here for you. Strike it off, strike it off. Don't try and take the snots off now, just leave them on the patio, let them dry off, and later on we'll blow them off, and that way you don't stain your patio. But yeah, so I'm just going to crack on with this, and I'll show you an update when I'm done. There everyone again. I know that this is a bunch of videos, I'm going to throw it all into one, but here we go. So yeah, the last step you want really is after you've striked off your patio and you're at this stage now, what you want to do is you want to look at these snots, and you see how they're quite light now. They're quite light. So this is when you're going to want to use your blower. I'd say a blower rather than a broom, because a broom can still smudge it. So I'd say a blower is the best way to do it. You want to use your blower and literally just blow it off the patio. So that is what we're going to do now. I'm going to show you a short clip of it. So once you're all blown up, you've got the worst of it off, all I like to do now is just literally hit it with a soft broom. So we're gonna hit it with a soft broom, and that'll just take out any sort of access on the joints. Get the worst of it off, just like that. Anything just sitting on them joints, it'll just knock that out, give it a sort of a smooth finish. Yeah, and that is it. So, a few tips when you're doing this. One, the mortar gun sometimes gets blocked. So when that happens, don't try and squeeze it, because two things could happen. Either the mortar's going to shoot out and explode out the top of the gun, or you could break the gun. So just walk over to your barrow, empty it out, put that muck in a different spot and get yourself some fresh muck. Tip number 2, if you are doing boulders like I've done, so you've got a stone boulder, around, yeah, like so. If you are doing them, don't put your stone in until after you've done your cement point. Reason being is because you have your nice stone finish against your boulder, and then you're going to sweep concrete onto it. So you're better off doing your cement point, sweeping the concrete into the gaps, and then filling it up with your stone. There was another tip. Tip number 3, the mortar gun. After you've been using it for a while, it starts to stick and become really hard to release the handle on the back, so you can then put more cement in it. So what you want to do there is, if you put the mortar gun on the floor, wedge it between 1 foot and then pull up with the handle on the back of it, so you jam it between your feet and then pull up. That works every time. That works for me, and I'm sure it'll work for you too. Last but not least, today's quite a hot day, so it's very labour intense. If it's a hot day, you've got to try and get that cement in quick as you can, because obviously it goes off. It goes off like a rocket. In the winter you're alright. In the winter you'll be sitting there having cups of tea waiting for it to dry. But in the summer you are literally trying to bang that in as fast as you can. So I mean, if it's your first time, don't try and do 50 square metres on your own. Get another guy in here so you could start pumping, like you can continue pumping it in while he starts striking it off if it gets too dry. Obviously I've had a bit of experience doing this, so obviously I can keep up with the demand, but like I said, don't try and do it all at once. If it's your first time and you haven't done it before, take your time, do a nice job, get another guy in, save you all the grief. And that's it really. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. Feel free to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we've also got Google, so you can pop over there, and a website. So yeah, again, this is CB First Choice, and this was my way to point, my pointing guide for a sandstone patio. Okay, thank you, take care.